What up, what up, what up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of 2LockedIn. I'm Zach with the wonderful, the wonderful,
How's it going, people? This is Radin. How's
of course,
everyone's day?
day,
You guys
night.
cannot tell me that, so please leave it in the comment section. Let me see how you guys feeling. But welcome to another episode. We've been missing a couple of
Yeah,
episodes,
we've been
couple
missing
of
for 2
weeks,
weeks. 2
2
weeks.
weeks.
Yeah.
It's 100% Zach's fault as I have been 100% available. It's
It
not
has
like I
not
have
been my fault.
midterms or anything, but Zach's been slacking.
It hasn't
He
been his
he
fault.
he
We
he
we got a
started he
lot.
started he started a new position and forgot about his old job. He forgot about the fan base he's about to create.
I
And
would First of all, I would never forget the fan base. And we are gonna get to you, but this is not my fault that we have missed posting an episode for 2
we'll
weeks.
get there. We'll
It's
get
your
there.
it's your fault, bud. Because you were like, "Oh,
Mhm.
no, I can't do it." You said, "Oh, yeah, let's have Sunday as our day to record." And then bro was
What
nowhere to
day's
be found
today?
on Sunday.
Today's Sunday for the people listening
Yeah,
to this. I don't
Sunday
know
2
when
weeks,
he.
2 weeks later. What happened the past 2 Sundays?
You told me. You told me. You just forgot
I
about
was
it.
here.
You're
I
like
was
you're like
free.
too locked. Who? I ain't locking in no podcast. So
That's okay.
that's what
Let's
happened.
Alright, so we got some stories, and then we're gonna hop into our main topic. So, I recently sprained my ankle, and to be honest, it was not a very spectacular way. So it was last week, last Saturday. So I just got home, or not, I just got home, but I had completed 4 hours as a swimming instructor, supervisor, and then I go to hang out at my friend's apartment with me and some other guys. Um, and then we do some drinking, and you
That's
want to know
how
what?
the party starts.
Of course, of course. But so there's a McDonald's right by my friend's house, and so we're going down. We get down to the lobby. My friend, for some reason, was like, "You know what? I'm gonna untie Zach's shoelaces while he's drunk," and then he does that. So those the other two guys I
Gators?
was with, they go to McDonald's. All right, so I'm kind of just there tying my shoes in the lobby, and I'm like, "Why?" And now I got to catch up. And so I walk outside and I'll be like, "Oh, I assumed these guys would wait." They did not wait. They headed straight to McDonald's because they're hungry.
Wait. So you tied your shoe?
No, I retied my shoe because my
Okay, okay.
friend undid the lace. Okay, and so I'm walking a little bit, and I want to just do a light jog. Not a very smart thing to do considering I was drunk, intoxicated, but um, you know, I'm running and it's slightly uneven, and then I'm on my way to McDonald's at 12 a.m. Keep in mind, this was at 12 a.m. and I was
Certified fat ass. Wait, I keep going.
me. All right, we'll leave it at that. But yes.
All right, I see you. I
All
see
right.
you.
So I'm moving. I'm moving. I'm jogging, just a light jog, and then I feel my ankle, my right ankle, just curve to the right a little bit, and then in my mind, I'm like, "Oh no, I'm falling. This is not good." And so I fall on my elbow. I had some cuts on there. I don't think you could see them now because they're pretty much healed up, but my ankle was hurting. And so it was like pitch blackout. I'm just laying on the pavement, on the gravel, and my friends are just in McDonald's, just being like, "Oh, I wonder where Zach is," and I'm just there like
Where you're
fighting for
like,
my life. I'm fighting for my life, and then I'm just imagining like afterwards when I got up, I was wondering if anyone like saw me, and or just walked by me just on the ground. Um, and so I got up, I started walking. I was like, something's not right here. My ankle is hurting, and I've never gotten a ankle sprain before. Uh, first time. I'm pretty sure it's only a grade one. I've been able to walk on it after doing all that stuff,
mhm.
but you know that was just a wonderful end to my day, to my Saturday. Just spraining my ankle, and then coming up to the guys, and they were like, I just walk up to them, I show them that, oh yeah, I'm bleeding, and they're like, the fuck happened? And I'm like, "Oh, yeah, I just sprained my ankle by slipping on my way to McDonald's." Um,
There are a little bit of confusion
for you?
regarding your story.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was wondering why McDonald's. at middle of the night. Why, like, we fairly live in the same area. Which McDonald's has gravels? All right, like, you must be capping, Zach.
I'm not. It's
Guys,
by
last
Lohi. Lohi.
right. Okay, no, that's far. That's far. I see. I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
That makes
So
sense.
it's yeah. So it's the one by Lohi Mall. It's kind of it's like literally like not even like a 3 minute walk from my friend's apartment or like from the building. And so the reason I was there at 12 a.m. is because that's like the McDonald's, like the 24-hour McDonald's or whatever, is that that's the hub spot to go to get some food to kind of
After you're
recover
drunk,
after a long night. Yeah,
right? Right.
after you're drunk.
Now,
So
speaking of drinking, what did you drink that night?
um,
How many grenades did you
I
have?
don't the grenade. I can't do grenades anymore. I can't. They're too difficult now, bro. I'm not in my.
How
I can't.
old are you, pal?
21,
Yeah, like,
bro. You've never done a grenade.
yeah,
Unfortunately, you can't.
I can, but
Oh, you
what do
can?
you mean it's tough? No, I can't. But like, what do you
Uh,
mean it's tough? Like, you cannot
think about it.
solo?
Do you know what a grenade is?
Please preach.
All right. So think about it like this. So you've got let's say you got Red Bull at the bottom of this glass. Okay. You've got a shot of tequila on top, and then a shot of, I'm pretty sure it's Jaeger. So it's kind of like this. So you've got a cup, you got one shot, one other shot. They're leaned up against each other. You drink the tequila, Jaeger falls into the Red Bull, and you drink that. That is a death shot. Okay. You're absolutely cooked.
Why is it bitter? Is it
It's
spicy?
two
What is
shots
it?
of alcohol, 40%.
It's light. Zach. Okay, I gotta give something to people. Prior to Zach starting this podcast, I'm talking about like a couple of years ago. Zach was an alcoholic.
Well, no.
He had an alcoholic phase, which he was day drinking a whole bottle of vodka, wine, red wine. Don't give me that face. Day drinking, like, this is like a random Tuesday, 11 a.m.
Okay.
This guy takes a picture, sends it to the group chat with a wine in his hand, like one of those glasses. He's like, "Cup someone wrote." No, I'm not gonna go that far. But he's like, "Oh, miss her," you know. So now I just gotta give people what they need to know before I get to my next topic.
This is,
As an ex alcoholic, Zach,
and I was never an alcoholic. You're putting
that's what
words,
every
you're
single
lying.
alcoholic person says.
No,
What you
that's,
just said is the
no, that,
first
okay.
five
You're
words that
lying.
come out of a
You're lying.
alcoholic
I'm
sound
not an
bites.
alcoholic.
Anyway, as I was saying,
For the
my
record, I'm
friend,
not.
as an ex-alcoholic,
Okay.
how can you just stop drinking? Like, what makes it more difficult for you to take like two shots?
No, it's not that I can't do 2 shots. It's just specifically the grenade shot is something I can't
Hmm.
do a lot
Like a
anymore.
mix of tequila and Jaeger?
Yeah, because it's a lot. It's a big drink. Like,
Right, right.
it's a
Now,
pretty
quick
large
question. I
drink.
was well, I don't drink, since you're an alcoholic, I had this question. So they say vodka and like tequila, they're two different type of alcohol, right?
Yep.
I know they're two different alcohol, but like they're two different texture of alcohol, right? Like one of them makes you like you drink it when you're like joyful, popping off, having a party, and one of them is like
Yep.
when you're a little bit upset, a little bit down. What are those two group called?
I have no idea.
Okay,
I'm
see,
gonna be honest. I
you're
have
just
0 clue.
pretending you're not
No,
alcoholic,
I'm
Zach. We
actually
both
no,
know.
I'm not an alcoholic, guys. I actually don't know. I actually don't know.
Hmm. Hmm.
Okay,
Please comment down below
you're
if you
doing
guys.
my name dirty.
If
I'm
please
not, for
leave
the
a
record,
comment
I
if
am
you guys
not
think
an
Zach
alcoholic.
is an
Never was,
alcoholic.
never will be.
Um,
Um,
let me tell them about the party that we were just at a couple
oh
weeks
yeah,
ago.
go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Absolutely, I'm gonna give you guys another story since we're dropping stories before our main topic. So, a couple weeks ago, uh, there was a little party at my girlfriend's house. It was her birthday. Zach and all the boys and her friends gave us the pleasure of joining us for that little evening. Zach walks in with a backpack, right? And I'm thinking, it's a Saturday. He wasn't at work. It's a
Yeah, I
random
was at
Saturday.
work.
Definitely was not at work.
I do work on Saturday.
And then I'm like, okay, what could be in that bag? Right? It could be like his lunchbox. It could be like his forms. Buddy pulls out two bottles of alcohol. Says the guy who says he's not alcoholic. Two
Okay.
bottles of alcohol. One of them is a vodka with a Viking on it, which Zach is gonna get into. It's a great brand. I don't know what's the name of it, but please sponsor us if you guys watching
Yeah,
this.
really so
I
good.
I, I would love to have a bottle of that. And the other one was a wine, right?
Yes, it was a white wine that we never even ended up drinking. I don't even has that been drank yet?
I don't even know where it is. Let me tell you that much.
Okay, well, that's okay. Well, I didn't buy any of
I
it, so I mean
made the best charcuterie board on this planet. No one touched it. I made hot dogs. Zach, let's talk about the hot dogs. I made hot dogs, but I forgot the hot dog buns. You know what? We're Middle Eastern. We said let's go traditional. So we had a bunch of nuns, just like laying around. I'm like, buddy, you want buns? Those are your buns. Have a little bit of hot dog with like buns. Put the dog in your bun, you know what I'm saying? And then this guy comes out to me while I'm like cooking the chicken, right? There's a saying for the people watching at home: the closest person to a king, the closest man to the king, is the person who is running the barbecue, the grill. But I was like running the chicken, right? I was like there looking at the chicken. Then I see like this 6'3" white man walking out with a paper plate with a dog between and non bread, yapping to me, "You guys don't have a bread, like don't have hot dog buns for me to put it," like literally complaining. And I'm like, what do you want me to do? Right? Please tell us, what were you going through, Zach? Before
okay.
I continue the rest of the
So,
story.
just to correct your story a little bit, it wasn't naan bread I used. So, I was searching for any type of bread, so I found, like, it was a square piece of bread, and so what I did was I basically put the hot dog in the middle of the square pieces of bread, and it was just like, "You know what? It's a hot dog still, it's still got 2 buns in the middle, I just ate it like that. Um, and, I realized that it kinda looked really stupid, but, I I'm not
Fully
just
get
gonna eat
my
the
guys.
wiener. I'm not just gonna eat the dog of the hot dog. You
Why
know?
wouldn't you? It's too
Well, I'm
meaty
not I'm
for
not
you.
trying to hold like a glizzy and then just be eating it straight up.
Fair, fair. I'm gonna leave that at rest. Thank you for confirming the story to that point. Then I see Zach name dropping our podcast to every single person in that party. You guys might be there, okay? And I'm like, pal, these are the people I associate with. This is gonna hit us back in the face. Say something, yeah.
You did it as well. It wasn't just me.
After you did it,
I
okay?
didn't somebody asked me, okay? And speaking of somebody recently asked as well, as they're also starting a podcast. That was this whole
Was it the
other
same
thing.
person?
I have no idea.
Hmm.
I think no, because I think some people already knew that we had a podcast there,
We had
and
the
they
person
mentioned
who
it.
produced the music that was dropped
Yes, yeah, he
here
knew,
over
which
there
I
as
was
well.
surprised. I
Shout
was
out
like,
to
"Oh, it's
Irfan. Yeah.
you? It's
Yeah.
you? You did it?" And I was like, "Oh, that's good."
Yeah,
Yeah,
Zach thought I literally downloaded it from someone. But shout out to Irfan for making the music.
yeah, shout out
Appreciate
him,
you.
bro. It's
He
great.
actually listens to all the episodes that we have put out.
That's good.
Number one fan. Number one.
Number 1. Yeah, shout out
Yeah.
Irfan.
But so Zach stopped name dropping, right? He's like, yo, we did this podcast. It's the best, blah, 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 right? One of the girls was drunk as fuck. Goes on about like Andrew Tate like being a
Oh,
psychopath, Joe Rogan being
wait,
a dumbass, blah 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 to me.
I don't remember.
You don't remember this? I got you. I
I
got
don't
you. I was a
remember this.
sober one at this party. So and she comes to me as I'm like the host. She's like, "Well, who is the Sigma boy here?" I'm like, "What is Sigma boy?" Now, for the people who literally were born yesterday. Sigma Boy is a Russian song that was trended in TikTok a couple months ago. So Sigma Boy refers to people who are a little bit misogynistic and kind of against feminism. And she was searching for a person to have a debate with. And obviously, I am or was as much as a Sigma Boy gets in the party.
Oh
So I
yeah.
don't think anyone could have beat me in being a little,
Wait, what? Wait, can
proud
I?
of my gender. But
Wait, just I don't want to interrupt you, but was this song? Could you recite what the song sounded like?
Sigma, Sigma Boy, Sigma Boy, Sigma Boy.
Okay, that's okay.
The rest
That
is
I
Russian.
confirmed
I'll
my
say
that
it.
confirmed what I thought. Okay, sorry.
Yeah, you're
Continue.
welcome. And goes off about how Joe Rogan is a piece of shit. Now, another thing I wanted to talk to you, Zach, is that you promoted the idea that they can come be a guest at this podcast.
I wait. I did.
Yes, you did.
Wait. Who? Wait. Let me get this. Was this the person that you guys left me alone with?
Yes. Yes.
Oh, okay. I see. No, I get it now. I get it now. Yeah.
And 3 out of 18 people confirmed that they want to be on this podcast.
Wait. Really?
Yes. Each
I
of those have a different topic to talk about. Some of them
I
are well
actually.
educated in their topics, and some of them are not.
This is all news to
One
me.
person, yeah, he was
This is all
drunk. Let me
news
tell you
to
how
me.
much. One person out of the 18 group started their own podcast because how charismatic this person was next to me right now. He was
Wait.
like, "I
Really?
have a
Is
podcast."
that the actual reason? There's
I
no way.
guess she was
I
like,
doubt.
"Oh, maybe it was like this." She's like, "These
I
two
doubt it.
losers have a podcast. Why don't I have one?" You know. And then she started one, but like, our friend here, Zach, had so much charisma. 2 podcasts started after that date. So
Wait. Two?
yeah, someone else started it too, but we're not gonna get into that.
Oh. Okay.
I'm not getting me free shout outs out here, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. You guys gotta.
I just want to give you guys a story, and then Zach goes on, and I don't think I want to tell that story, but long story short, Zach left his pants at my girlfriend's house when he
Wait.
left.
What?
Yeah,
I didn't do that.
you clearly didn't remember name dropping the podcast. You probably forgot that you left your
No.
pants out
No. I know
when I
for a
was asleep.
fact I
Let me
was
tell you
not
that.
that drunk.
Yeah, no, you were drunk, son. Like Zach was like, "I'm
No. No.
Superman, let
Yo.
me
You.
fly." And keep in mind, we're on like 23rd floor, and this guy's like hanging off the balcony. We holding him off his pants, right? He's like, "Let
What?
me fly. I'm Superman. I have a podcast, and Joe Rogan's my best friend." Long story short, I like suplexed at him inside the balcony, and his pants got ripped because Santi grabbed his pants so tight, um, just teared it into pieces. So he had to go home in his boxers. But it was a really fun night. I appreciate you guys being there. It was meaningful to me, and thank you for having my wiener with your white bread. You know.
All
um,
right. Okay. You know what? I'm not gonna. You know what? I'm just not even gonna respond to how you just me saying "let me fly" while I'm hanging off the balcony with my pants down.
son,
That did
the
not
vodka,
happen.
the Viking vodka, the Viking. Why am I saying
You
with
wanna know
Viking?
the reason
Viking
why I
vodka.
brought that? The reason I brought that was because the person who bought it for me on my birthday last year was there. Um,
Let's name
um,
drop him.
yeah,
Nicolidian.
Nick.
Nicolo.
Yes, he was there. He bought it for me. After a while, it was really bad, and so I wanted to make him have a taste of his own medicine. He put me through so much, you know, pain through the drinkingness that I wanted to, give a little back, for him.
Mhm.
And I still do appreciate him buying the drink, obviously, um, but yeah,
The gesture
vodka
and
doesn't
stuff. But
age the best, especially in a plastic
I
bottle,
did
but
not know that.
I'm
Really?
pretty sure. I'm not exactly sure how
Now then
alcohol
there's
aging
nothing wrong.
works.
You're a friendly alcoholic. So
No, I'm not okay. I'm not that. No. Um, but yeah.
there is nothing wrong with being
No,
alcoholic here.
I'm not.
Okay?
Yo, I'm not
I'm
though.
I'm a gambler. I'm happy I gamble. You're alcoholic. Everyone
Alright,
has their
so
own sin.
Are you does
People don't.
everybody
We're not.
know you're a gambler?
Everyone knows I'm a gambler, but they don't know if I'm
Everybody.
an active one or not.
Everybody so did everybody know how you gamble?
Shout out to Sugar Sean. You lose one more match, I will come for you myself.
Buddy, you're not
Anyways,
doing anything. Actually, I have one more thing I wanna say about you, my friend. So,
mhm.
our group, myself, Radin, Santi, Tyson, Nick, all names you've heard, sometimes, Mo as well.
Muhammad too.
All
I just
names
dropped
all
him out.
names all names you've heard, I think, before, if you've been listening to the
Call
show.
ourselves daddy's boys. All right. When
Yes,
you
the
guys hear
daddy's boys.
the daddy's boys,
Follow the
that's who
TikTok.
we're referring to.
It's kind of dead recently, but we'll get back to it at one point. But yeah, so we usually go to trivia every Tuesday, at Rec Room. Very awesome. It's pretty fun.
I
And
don't like where
we
this
were
is
planning
going.
on going on Tuesday, and this guy over here, he was an hour prior to that. So it usually starts at like 7:30. He was at Lougheed at like 7 o'clock, 7 p.m. And I was looking, Tyson and Nick, they were kind of driving together to get here. And when I was checking, we use Life 360 to track ourselves, so I could see his location at every time. Yeah, it's awesome. Not really, but but yeah. Besides that, so I look and I see him. He's in Coquitlam now, and it says last seen. No, it says been here for 1 hour, and this guy's at Taco Bell. He's at
Okay.
Taco Bell when he could have been at trivia. He was not even 10 minutes away, and he was drinking. He was having his Taco Bell, his Baja Blast, and he was
Let
there
me
just
let me
eating
let
alone in his car, probably listening to some
can
Rick
a
Ross.
brother can a brother eat alone? Can the
You
big
could
boss
eat. You could have
eat
ate at Rec
what
Room.
he wants?
You could have ate at
Yeah,
Rec Room
Rec
with
Room
us.
is quadruple
We could have
the
used
price
you.
of the Taco Bell. Like Taco Bell,
You
you
could have.
can be fed
There's
with
other
$5.
places there as well. There's other places at
Yeah.
that mall. Yeah.
No, listen. This is totally invasion of privacy. Sometimes I'm thinking maybe I shouldn't have saved you from that balcony. Uh, this is against the constitutional act
Of
of Canada.
oh yeah.
I will sue you, sir, for invading my privacy at Taco Bell. And for your information, it was KFC. Okay, now
It was not KFC. It
no,
was
it is,
Taco
it is. So I have the receipt, buddy. The in Coquitlam, where I live, there is this big KFC, which is also a Taco Bell. They're in the same building. Like the drive through is the same. So I wanna give a shout out to the shittiest customer service I've seen in my life. I
Bell.
ordered 2 piece of chicken. It took them 50 minutes to make it ready for me.
By the time you could have been at with
I,
us doing trivia by the time you got your chicken. But no, you had
so
to wait
valid.
to get your chicken and your
So
Baja
valid.
Blast.
So valid. I completely agree. But it sounded like waste of time. Like I totally wasted a good minute of my life in that KFC store, and I'm not gonna go to another KFC store for a bit. I'm not saying forever, for a bit. KFC sponsor us, please.
Yeah.
I was just gonna talk about waste of time, Zach.
Yeah,
I've recently watched a movie that you have recommended to me called Sinners.
I've seen it as well.
It's garbage. It's garbage. Okay, like I don't know who liked it or why, but that movie was not it. It pissed me off many times as a hardcore vampire fan. Like I love all the Van Helsing movies. I love all the. I watch all the series. I watch all the movies regarding vampires and them. This movie was ass. Okay, first of all, obviously, obviously, everyone watched it because of Michael B. Jordan.
I mean,
We can agree with that. We can
yeah,
agree with that.
Michael B.
Come on,
Jordan, Haley
like
Steinfeld,
like if
yeah.
Michael B. Jordan wasn't playing in that movie, would have been a flop.
I don't know that exactly because the director has directed some pretty good movies. So I mean,
What movies? I heard that, but like, what movies did he direct? Like, I heard he's
Black
really good, but like,
Panther,
oh,
um,
like actually good movies. Like,
yeah, like yeah. What do you mean? Sinners is a good movie. I don't know. Okay, what was bad about it?
everything. The
I enjoyed
storyline,
it a lot.
like
I thought it
it
was
was
great.
2 hours and a half long, but the whole vampire scene was like only like
It was only 2 hours
40 minutes.
long. It was 2 hours long.
I don't know. I
And
watched
funny
half of
story
it.
about me seeing Sinners, I
Mhm.
ordered popcorn and I never got my popcorn. I never got it.
My
And so I
God.
went to talk to the manager afterwards.
You went to talk to the manager,
I
certified
did,
fat ass. All
and I
right,
was
let's go.
so how would you react if you didn't get your popcorn that
That
you
actually
ordered?
happened to me too in the same movie theater at Brentwood.
Yeah,
It actually happened to me once too. I ordered two water, water, and I think it was a large popcorn or it was nachos,
yeah,
right? I say we got there late, and I ordered outside, and I was expecting like, okay, you know what? I was late. Like, give them some time. They're probably like microwaving it up. Halfway through the movie, I'm like, dog, where the fuck is my food? You know, like I ordered nachos, and they're not here. And I went out. I'm like searching for the person I ordered with, but apparently the shift was over. So I hunt
no,
down,
it's
like I literally jump the first person who walks by. I'm like, yo, where my nachos at? And she's like, who? I'm like, listen, you either give me a nacho right now or else.
or
Long story
else.
short, they refunded my nachos. They didn't give me nachos. And it was a little bit embarrassing because after I went in, someone came in to follow me, and like I was sitting in the back, so the whole movie theater was like, "What the fuck is this guy?" Um, but yeah, long story short, that movie theater sucks. If you guys cannot take an order, just shut it down. Cause like what the fuck?
Just
Like
shut it down. So you know what
the
I
reason
got? They
I'm
gave me a free movie pass, that I can go in, so I could just go into any movie, VIP, use it, any theater, which is I'll take it, but, you know, I'm still upset that I didn't get my popcorn, but I'm not gonna crash out.
white privileges. They didn't give me no movie pass. They're like, here, your money back. Wait, did they give you your money back too?
No,
Oh. Loser. Um,
I don't
so yeah,
it was basically the same amount that I would have paid for a movie ticket, so
popcorn is expensive. Low key.
it was the same, yeah.
Like, let's talk about that. Let's talk about how shit Sinners was. How much?
Before I would have gotten my before we get to Sinners, I would have gotten a refund, but it was literally, like, right about to close, and I didn't
Mm.
wanna have to go through all the trouble of being like, "Oh, you gotta, you know, we'll do this tomorrow," and I'm like, "Bro, I don't just give me something, alright? Give me a gift card or something," and so I got that.
Give me
Um,
like 50% of your shares.
yeah,
51%
just give me,
now.
like give me the company, I mean, I'll take that. Free movies for life, I mean, I'll give you 1-star review. Um, but back to Sinners, I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a great vampire movie. I didn't know much about it going in. I knew that there, you know, for some of my friends who didn't know it was a vampire movie, you know, they also really enjoyed it because I think it was good.
What
Um,
twist?
I think what do you mean what
There was
twist?
no twist in that movie. I
The
could have
movie
seen
was not
anything like 4 weeks ago.
the movie was not set up or not it wasn't super promoted as a vampire movie. If you didn't see a single trailer and you just walked into the movie, would you not be
No,
surprised
that
at
that
the
kind of pissed me off. That's You're right. They did it so well that kind of pissed me off. I'm like, choose what you want to be. You know, like build a story about the
yeah,
vampire, not like the guy running middle of nowhere. Be like, I'm the vampire. Like, what was
and
that?
I thought,
What was
like,
that?
one of my favorite scenes in the movie is the music scene where they go through the
Mhm.
different eras, of, you know, of music, of culture. I thought it was really sick, and then, you know, all the visuals with that as well, and then that all leads to the, you know, the vamps showing up. Um,
I strongly think the reason you're saying vampire, like the Sinners vampire movie is good, is because of the mermaid effect. There's no other movies out that is actually like watchable. So you're like, oh, this movie was great, but it was like mid.
so then
Like,
why are all the reviews for it good as well?
same thing.
So people are just
A
being like,
bunch
"Oh,
of
yeah,
people
this is
uneducated
the
on
only
cinema.
movie out right now. I guess it's good." So
Yeah,
so you're telling me if
yeah.
this movie was actually, like, terrible, would the reviews reflect that? The reviews would
Michael
reflect
B.
that.
Jordan played in it. Michael B. Jordan showed his bicep. Yes, yes,
That doesn't mean the
yes.
movie's gonna get an automatic, like, 80 Rotten Tomato score or 8 out of 10 on
90,
IMDb. What?
90, 95 Rotten Tomatoes.
Okay. or 95, okay? But I
It's a
really
shit
enjoyed it.
movie.
I thought it was good.
As
I don't think it's, like,
someone
the
who took
greatest movie ever.
a couple of cinema courses back in '05, that movie was ass, son. First thing first. First thing
Oh
first. Let me
05?
explain to you. There was no background about like who the brothers are, right?
Yeah,
Cool.
there was.
Yeah, the Al Capone's like right hand, and then like all of a sudden
Yeah,
they
that's
just
all you
like
need. You don't
cut like get the fuck out of here, bro. Get
look,
the fuck
I'm
out of here.
walking in. You like, yeah, they
Yeah.
were what do you mean? Like, that's all they
And
don't
then
need that much backstory depth. I mean, that was
look, we
pretty
needed that.
much
We needed that. We needed that. Let me tell you that much. We needed the backstory. It's a vampire movie. I need to know how the fuck did Dracula got out here from Romania. I need to know.
no, you don't.
I need to know.
And the okay.
And then
So you
like
need to know are you talking more
also,
about vampire
also,
backstory?
also,
Okay.
this is gonna go. I'm gonna go on a little rant. Okay, I'm gonna go on a little rant. I get it that this movie was about a whole lot of culture, right? But I feel like the mixture of like too many cultures involving this kind of made it into like a easy to recognize a wanna show culture piece. Let me reword that. So basically this movie kind of went in support of like minorities, right? At first it's about like black culture, how people like pick cotton, and like culture of like going to the church starting to evolve, like the culture started to go away, and then like the KKK scenes and like how they were involved, and at the same time at the, like as it's going, the Asian American, like how they had a business going on, how to
Yeah.
they had to earn respect, and then later indigenous people in the movie, like buddy, buddy, too much. This is too much. Choose couple, not all of them. All right,
Well, that doesn't why does that matter
and
if it's
then and then all of a sudden, it's a vampire movie.
have you seen, Dusk Till Dawn? Have you seen
No,
From
I don't
Dusk Till
think
Dawn?
so.
That is a movie with the exact that was the original Sinners.
Oh, really?
That's the movie that that Sinners took a lot of inspiration from. You should watch that
Oh,
movie
I will go watch that
as it's
movie.
very, very similar in how it I'm not gonna say what happens just for your own, uh, you know, just so you can watch it and get your own reaction from it, but I thought it's with,
You could see
a bunch of
similarities within them.
yes, there are similarities, which you'll notice.
I'm gonna hate it.
You're gonna hate it?
I'm already gonna tell you so.
I don't think you will. I think that one was pretty good. I think Sinners was better than that, but,
Oh, really?
yeah, I really enjoyed it. I thought the characters were great. I liked the plot. Um, you know,
I
I
like the
like Michael
character.
B. Jordan, the 2 Michael B.
Mhm.
Jordans, Stack and Smoke, you know.
I'm gonna give it to the director, and the characters were actually relatable. Like I loved it. I love how they were like around. Just the what didn't make sense to me is like the way he was taking the plot. It did not work for me. Like spoilers. I'm gonna wait 2 seconds. This scene where like the room is getting turned. I didn't even see. Was there a scene
What scene?
that like
Are you
all the people who were dancing literally got like bitten and like turned? There was no scene.
Yeah, there was. Well, there didn't
No,
need
they
to be a
literally
scene.
walk out. They literally walk out. Then all of them are like
Yeah,
vampires.
because that was set up in a
No.
prior scene. That was set up
Oh,
when bro was taking a piss, when the
right, right.
bodyguard was taking a piss, and, we saw earlier that they were outside, they were when they first initially knocked on the door, um, and they were singing their song with their banjo and stuff.
So if you're
Um,
making a movie, are we like so low budget we couldn't buy a bunch of like blood and like make some fight scenes between vampires and humans? I'm just
we
saying.
got that. What are you talking
No,
about?
we didn't. We got
Yes,
like
we
a little
did.
one.
Okay,
We didn't get like the whole room
there
against 3 people.
yeah,
We did kind
it was
of,
like
but
a 10 v, like, 30,
yeah.
but I gotta I think I disagree with your point. That was set up, it was it makes sense. All those people went out, and then they came back as vampires, you know?
Zach, Zach.
And we
And then
literally
the
saw
active
another scene of a dude, like one of the still infected, vampire
right?
dudes out there, and then he got bit,
Hmm.
uh,
In front of them, right?
yeah, because they were in front of the door and they saw the guy was banging on the
And
door to be let in.
yeah, and here's the thing, Zach. Hot take. Are you ready for this? Twilight was a better movie than this.
I haven't seen Twilight. I haven't seen it. Yeah.
What?
I have not seen Twilight.
What?
Is that the movie with,
Don't call me. Don't come by my
Robert
house.
Pattinson? Is he in that movie?
Yeah. Don't call me again. This
Don't
podcast
call you.
over.
It's
This is the
over
last
because I haven't
podcast.
seen Twilight?
Yes.
You haven't
That
given me a valid point for not liking Sinners yet. All of your points I've
No, it's
refuted.
just I don't like it. I just it's a little bit too much. Like the director
Okay.
literally picked every single minority culture that was in the history, didn't dive deep into it. It just literally touched them. Like the whole indigenous scene. Literally just like these guys hunt vampires. Cool. Where did it come from? Where did they go? Why? Who? When? Right?
I think
None of that.
there
And
doesn't
then
have to
and
be an
then this
answer to every
guy
question though.
he has to. He has to. When you open a whole universe, you have to. This guy dares to tell people there's no sequel for this or prequel. There's no more Sinners. Nothing about Sinners is going to be out there.
Yeah, I think it was a complete story. It doesn't need a sequel.
Son,
So, are you saying let's say, Star Wars Episode 4. I wanna talk about that movie for a second because there's not that there's similarities, but those 2 movies are both complete movies. Episode 4, by all means, does not have that much setup for Episode 5, and there's still a lot of questions in Episode 4 that don't get answered, and that don't need to be that don't necessarily need to be answered because you're you don't need every question answered in a movie.
you do.
No, you don't, because then
You do.
you're supposed to figure those questions out. You can theorize on what the answer could be.
A theory is
Is
not
that not
enough.
part of the movie
You're
going?
clearly not an overthink. Like you're not overthinking. I'm an overthinker. You're not an overthinker. Okay.
Okay, so you
Like
just
when you
ask
walk
why
out of
about every
movies,
question. So
listen.
would you
You walk out of movies, you're like, "Oh, that was a good movie. Let me go take a
I don't
piss."
no, I don't
I
do that
walk
with
out of movie,
I
I'm
know
like,
what I'm
"What? How did they write the story?
see, what
Let
I
me
wanna
write a
do
better
I
one."
like it when I'm questioning, like, certain aspects of the movie on what I think will happen. If it's something dumb that needs to be explained and I'm like, "That's a valid criticism," is like, "That doesn't make sense," then yeah, I'm totally with you. But if it's something that doesn't really need context behind it, then, you can just assume and just be like, "Oh, yeah, all those people, they left to go back home because, Stack or yeah, or was it
Smoke.
Smoke? Smoke was, he got bit, um, and there were, like, gunshots, and, like, everybody had to leave, and so it was already set up prior in the movie that the vampires could just, teleport or even just bite you and you become infected, and that's what happened to everyone. And so you don't need a scene showing that because you could spend that time more on character development and more on that action scene that we got later in the movie. So not all things need to be explained or shown. Even though I still think it's better to show and not tell. But I think in that aspect of the movie, I think I think it was fine. I have no issue with it. Um, so I don't really, I can somewhat understand your perspective of, overthinking everything and wanting answers to everything, but not all you can't always a movie's not always going to give you all the answers, and
It
that
has
could be a
to.
great aspect of a movie.
I paid $20 to get an answer. Okay.
An answer to what were you looking for? What did you want?
What? Okay. Why didn't Stack or Smoke? Which one was the vampire? I don't know. The one in red. How
I
come
think that
he
was
didn't die when the leader died? How come they just changed him and his girlfriend? Just literally just changed all of a sudden. They're like not killers. They don't go after killing the main person of the movie. They're like, oh, you know what? My
because they
brother
made an
didn't kill
agreement.
me.
I was in the movie.
No, they
Yes,
didn't.
it
He
was.
made
There
it.
was an
She didn't make
agreement.
it.
Yes,
She didn't make it.
it was smoke when smoke or I mixed them
Stack
up.
or
But when
Smoke, yeah.
Smoke was when yeah, or when Stack or Smoke was about to kill one another,
Hmm.
um, they made an agreement in that scene, all right, for them to protect, I forgot the character's name, but the, guitar, um,
I know
the
the actor's
main
name though. It's like
I
Buddy
don't remember his
something.
name, but
Buddy Guy. He's like Buddy Guy.
I don't know, but the main, like, kind of, like, young kid, young adult with the musician, alright? We'll call him the musician, I don't remember the character's name. Um, but, yeah, they made a pact to not, to not, like, you know, infect him. We don't know what they've been doing if they have been, biting more people. They have free will. So, I mean, even though in their minds I think it was
So you
explained
see
that their
how
minds are, like, connected
Mhm.
in a way. It's kinda, like, almost
connected to
hive
the leader,
mind-ish, but
right? The mind was connected to the leader.
no, I
All of
think
a
it was like a
sudden, these
hive
two
I
can
think it
run
was
away.
almost hive mind-ish, because the reason they didn't because vampires, they don't live in the sun, right? They burn, and that's what the sun was coming out as Mr., uh, head of the
Stack.
vampires as
Oh
he
yeah.
got, killed, and then all the other ones, as the sun went out, it burned them all, and they were moving around a bunch. So it makes sense why they're still alive because they didn't leave. They were still
How
within the house,
much?
Huh?
How much? How much did they pay you to just advertise their shit movie?
I like the movie. I don't think it's like a 10 out of 10. I think it's an 8 out
Zach,
of
I
10.
paid double. Just stop. How
You
much did
paid
they pay you?
double? Okay. You're I think you're I don't know. So what about a question like or what about a movie like I'm trying to think of another movie that uh makes you ask a lot of questions. Or gives you a lot of questions that you
Don't get me wrong, though.
don't have the answer to.
I do enjoy those movies. All right, like I love Get Out. I love Us. I love Nope. I love. I don't like the B Man, whatever his name was, but the movies that leave you with like what at the end. But this movie was not it, man. I don't know. It just didn't click with me.
Okay.
Maybe
Yeah.
because I had the midterm right after. So, but long story
Yeah,
short,
I'm not
this
no,
was
that's okay.
yeah,
You're entitled to your own opinion as always. And
right.
I enjoyed Nope. I enjoyed Get Out.
I do love the fact that it was 2 hours long. I feel like when you pay when the movie tickets price is going up and it's like almost $20 to watch a decent
Yeah.
movie, you at least want to spend like 2 hours of your life, like something quality rather than just like, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I think the movie needs to be well paced. Like I think
Mhm,
Sinners
mhm.
was a well paced movie.
And this
Um,
is happening. I think the movies are generally going towards like more time, more duration compared to previous era of movies in cinema because
like
there was
90
this other
minute movies.
movie that I'm pretty sure the guy won Oscar for, Adrian, I forgot his name. The movie was about this Jewish archer, I think so, Jewish, or I don't know. It was about like a person who was um one of the victims of World War II and came to New York and started like US and then started to be an architect for like a
Yeah.
center that was pretty big. I forgot what's the name of the movie, but it's like I remember what it was. It was named after like one of the theme of styling something like
Yeah.
architects, like the one at SFU is minimalistic something. That movie was 4 hours long. And that movie won Oscar. I'm just saying, like, I just love the fact that the movies are getting longer and longer, and just the pace is
Uh
there.
I sorry to interrupt you, but
No, no, go ahead. It's not-
I don't necessarily agree because if a movie is longer, there has to be a reason for it to be
Mhm.
longer. I don't want unnecessary bloat in a movie because that's a movie is a lot of time. Like 3 hours is a lot of time, or 4 hours. Like I don't think I could watch a 4 hour movie, even if it's like a
Explosion.
drama. I don't think I could do it. Um, it would be difficult. Not like it'd have to be a really engaging movie, and the plot would have to be like I'd have to like the characters, have to be an engaging plot, um, well written, of course, standard movie stuff. Uh, but it's I don't know, like I think didn't you see that movie? Didn't you see it?
I
Didn't it have,
watched
like,
it.
an intermission as well?
Two of them actually.
Like, that's
Uh, and I
that
think
is
that's something legally that they need you to like get up and walk for your legs give out. But I'm just saying it wasn't an engaging movie either. Okay, Zach, like it was dead boring. I'm not gonna lie to you. It was like really boring movie. Like there was zero action in it. It was a great like story though, but it wasn't engaging, right? And it wasn't like based on reality either. It was like like a made up story about like someone random. That being said, though, I do agree. If it's gonna be longer, I need content to be better. You know, like Sinners, I needed like another hour worth of just like context to tell me the indigenous aspect of the story, right? What happened to the Asian store owner's girl, after both of her parents died,
I
you
think
know?
but I think some things are better left up to interpretation. I don't like I said, you don't need the answer. Like, would that have
Who's the
made the
author?
movie that much better if it
Oh,
showed a
hold up,
scene of what
hold up,
happened?
hold up. The title of the movie, Sinners. Where the
Yeah?
fuck did that come from? Who was
What do
the
you mean?
sinner? The vampire was a sinner?
No, it was the do you remember what happened at the end? He didn't give up the guitar,
Yeah.
and he bas
Oh, okay. I see. I see.
he
I see.
didn't give up the guitar because he was supposed to do that to kind of, I don't remember the specific reason why, but, like,
To be forgiven, I'm pretty sure.
yeah, to
The
be
sins to
to
be
to be released of his sins, essentially.
sins.
And so because he kept it and became that famous
Look at you,
musician at
Zach.
the end.
Look at you.
What?
Loving the movie, remembering
Yeah,
every single scene.
I enjoyed the movie, so I'm like I become a lot more like
Shit,
I can
shit that a motherfucker without a popcorn watching a movie would remember.
yeah, alright.
Let me tell you that much. If you want
Um,
someone to remember all your movie, stop serving them popcorns and get
no,
and
okay.
piss them off.
So,
Anyways, let's talk about something other than sinners.
well,
I'm not
Vernon will
spending another minute for that
yeah, yeah, he
masterpiece.
seen as, yeah,
Sinners.
but yeah. Oh, yeah, we've already been going for 48 minutes. Um, but yeah, so again, I wanted to, you know, Mr. Baja Blast. Um, we actually didn't even get to the main topic that we wanted to discuss regarding horror movies, but I guess we'll have to get to that in a next
Another episode. Yeah.
following episode.
But I have something to say before we
Yeah, yeah,
we start to wrap this up. In case anyone actually wants to come and be in an episode, you guys are more than welcome to leave. Like you get a comment or something. If you
yeah,
have a topic in mind you guys want to talk about, I know Zach already like gave a couple of spots out at a party that he doesn't even remember, so I have to catch up with them and see if they want to do it. But you guys are more than welcome to join us for some of the discussions that we have. It's everything and anything, but please let us know before. Zach, you
yeah.
have something to say?
Yeah, yeah. No, I totally agree. We're open to talk about everything and anything, but I do have one final thing to talk about, which it relates back to the party. So it's something Radin did that I noticed afterwards, and so for some reason, Radin in the middle of the party, he got on his swim shorts, and
No,
what he
Zach, don't
did
say
was
that.
what he
Don't
did
don't.
what
That was
he did
supposed to be
was
something that stays at the party.
he got some oil and he usually uses it for his, like, body just to, like, cleanse it, but he slathered himself in oil, and then he slid across the floor like he was on a slip and slide. Now, a guy like me seeing that while intoxicated, I was like, "What is happening? What is happening?" It was crazy.
Let me explain that.
Yeah,
As
yeah,
once
I need some explanation.
the Lord, the King, LeBron James said, "Ain't no party like Diddy party,"
Okay. No, no, no,
and we're gonna
no,
leave it at
no,
that.
no, 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 no. But yeah, just for the record, Vadim didn't do that.
No, I
I
didn't do
didn't
that.
do
But
that.
Zach, I literally grabbed Zach. Like Zach left his
No,
khaki
that
pants.
didn't happen.
Yeah,
Okay.
get this guy a beer, and he wants to be the Superman. I wonder what he gets to when he's on the
Get
gag
this
bit
guy a
and tequila
grill,
shot.
and he'll forget to buy buns for hot dogs. Like,
Yo, facts, facts.
yeah. So
Get
next
this guy
time,
a podcast and he thinks 100 people can beat a gorilla, but
we
that's another
don't
topic.
get me started. That
That
they
that
can beat a
that
gorilla. They
that
can. They
that
can.
was also a topic he was like yapping about in the party. Like,
I talked about it, like, once. Actually,
no,
no,
son.
okay, I talked about it once, and I was like, "I'm right." I'm literally that's the most right I've been about anything in my
If you
life.
guys want to hear about
100
that conversation we had, go listen to
first
the first
episode.
episode again. But
Maybe we'll come back to it one point one point in the future, but, you know,
but you
um,
guys are more than welcome to leave something on down here, or
yeah,
you guys have the probably the email or some way to contact us. Let us know if you guys want us to talk
leave
about something.
down you
Or
can
you guys,
comment in Spotify, you can
yeah,
comment on YouTube whenever I gotta work on that. TikTok whenever maybe, someday. Um,
and just let us know, and then I'm in charge of TikTok, by the way, guys. He's just it's my fault. I take charge in that, but like, let us know if you guys want to be part of the show. Like for an
yeah.
episode, we can just like get on there, roast you,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So,
hear you
I think
out.
that's a good place. I think this is a great place to end it. So as always, thank you guys, and, stay locked in because, us, we are too locked in.
Right,
Like that? I think that's a good way to I think
right,
that's like a good catchphrase, right?
right.
I
No, I
don't I'm
agree,
not
I
kidding.
agree, I agree, I agree. No, no, no.
Okay,
It's not
you
a joke.
agree?
It's not a
Okay,
joke.
you agree, okay.
Yeah, say it
Alright,
again. Say it again, though. How you wanna phrase it?
okay. As always, stay locked in because we are too locked in. Come on.
I love it.
Does that sound
I
good?
love
I
it.
feel like that sounds good.
I love it. I love
Um,
it.
but alright, guys,
I love it. I love
take
it. I
care.
love it.
Take care and
Bye
peace.
bye. Zach, can you come get your pants, buddy?
No. What pants?